said my name like it was home. I never felt alone. I trusted every promise made, every smile, every late night phrase. I didn't know back then just yet that love could turn into regret. I ignored the signs, I closed my eyes, called the pain a sacrifice. I gave you more than I could get, still believed in us instead. Love turned into regret, but it taught me what's real and what's left. I lost myself trying to stay, but I found my strength walking away. It still hurts, I won't forget, but I'm stronger than the pain you left. Love turned into regret, not my end, just a lesson I kept.
I stayed quiet when I felt small, told myself it wasn't wrong at all. I carried weight you never saw, held us up through every fall. You pulled away, I pulled you close, loved you more when you loved me less the most. I thought fighting meant we were strong, didn't know I was holding on too long.
I thought love meant breaking inside, letting go of my pride. But love that costs you self-respect is a wound that needs to be checked. Love turns into regret, every tear, every unpaid debt. I beg my heart to wait and stay while you're slowly slipped away. It still hurts, yeah, I'll admit. Some nights I still sit with it. Love turns into regret, but I'm learning how to move ahead.
There were days I couldn't see the light, only wrongs, never right. Your absence screamed louder than your voice, like leaving me was never a choice.
But somewhere deep beneath the ache, I found a part of me awake, a voice that said you'll rise again. This isn't how your story ends.
Maybe love isn't meant to stay forever.
Maybe hearts grow apart, not better.
Maybe losing you saved my soul
From shrinking just to feel whole.
I won't let this make me cold.
I won't stop believing and hope I'll love again, but I'll be sure I don't abandon myself anymore.
Soft turns into regret,
But I don't hate the love I met. I gave my all, I gave my best, even when I was a mess. I forgive myself for staying too long, for thinking leaving meant I was wrong. Love turns into regret, but I survived what came next. Love turns into regret, but it shaped me more than you expect. I learned my worth, I drew the line, I chose my heart this time. You were a chapter, not my fate, a turning point I had to face. Love turns into regret, and that regret turns into strength. So here I stand, not looking back, not in anger, not in lack. I loved you once, that part is true, but loving me is what I choose. Love turned into regret somehow, but I'm stronger, wiser, freer now. like sunlight in my chest. Every promise sounded forever. Every moment felt like rest. We were dancing on the edge of dreams with no fear of falling down. I gave you all the best of me, didn't hear the warning sound. I traced my future in your eyes, believed in every word you said. But love can wear a perfect disguise while breaking hearts instead. I held on when I should have let go, ignored the cracks in every plan. I thought love was meant to hurt, you know, just to prove I was a stronger man. Now love has turned into scars, written deep under my skin. They remind me who you are and who I've been. Every scar tells the truth of a battle I survived. Love turned into scars, but I'm still alive. Ice got colder without your name, echoing through these empty walls. I replayed every little frame, every rise and every fall. I blame myself for all your storms, for the silence you left behind. I tried to bend, I tried to transform, just to keep you mine. But healing doesn't come from bleeding, just to prove you cared. And love should never feel like bleeding or living scared. I learned the hard way through the pain. Some hearts only take, not give. I stood alone in pouring rain, still I chose to live. Now love has turned into scars, tracing maps across my soul. They show me how far I've come from losing control. Every scar is a truth I no longer deny. Love turned into scars, but I'm still alive. But I'm still alive. I used to think the hurt defined me, that broken man I'd always be. But the wounds you left behind me started shaping a stronger me. I found my voice in quiet tears, found my strength when I fell apart. I faced my darkest fears and rebuilt my heart. I stopped asking why me, started asking what's next. I turned regret into memory and pain into depth. If I could speak to my younger soul, I'd say don't beg, don't crawl. Love should never cost you whole or make you feel that small. Not every goodbye is failure, not every loss is wrong. Sometimes pain is the teacher that makes you strong. Some turned into scars, but they don't hurt the same. They don't bleed like before, they don't scream your name. They're quiet now, they've healed. They remind me I survived. Love turned into scars, and I'm still alive. I see myself clearer these days in mirrors I once avoided. I walked through fire, through haze, and came out undefeated. I don't hate you like I used to, I don't wish you pain. I thank you for the truth that love shouldn't feel like chains. Love turned into scars, but scars don't mean defeat. They mean I stood through the dark and stayed on my feet. Every scar is proof that I dared, that I tried. Love turned into scars, but I'm still alive. But I'm still alive. So here I stand, breathing free with a heart that learned to fight. Love may have wounded me, but it didn't steal my light. These scars aren't my end, they're where my strength starts. Love turned into break my heart. We built a home out of promises, on late night talks and borrowed time. I thought if I gave you all of me, the cracks would somehow realign. Your smile felt like a reason to stay, even when the ground was rough. I held on tighter every day, believing love would be enough. I ignored the signs I couldn't mend, the distance growing in your eyes. I called it stress, I called it fate, anything but our goodbyes. I learned how hope can wear a face that looks a lot like trust. I gave my heart without a brace, believing love was enough. They say if you love someone right, you'll make it through the fire. But love can't fix what's breaking inside, or force two hearts to align. Love wasn't enough, even though we tried. Even though I gave you every tear I cried. Love wasn't enough to save what we became. It didn't mean it wasn't real, it just couldn't stay the same. I memorized your quiet moods, the way you shut down when you're hurt. I learned to carry both our weights and call it making it work. I thought sacrifice was strength, that losing me would make us whole. But every time I've been too far, I lost another part of my soul. We spoke in half-finished sentences, left truths hanging in the air. I was fighting for a future you were already prepared to spare. Still I stayed through every doubt, through every heavy breath. I didn't know that loving you was teaching me self-neglect. I thought forever meant endure, no matter how much it cost. But forever shouldn't feel like fear, or count how much you've lost. Love wasn't enough, no matter how deep it ran. I couldn't fix what you wouldn't face, or hold you where you wouldn't stand. Love wasn't enough, and that truth cut me in two. But losing us is how I found the parts I lost in you. I used to think the end meant failure, that goodbye erased the fight. But endings can be merciful, they can save your life. I sit with all the pain I earned, let it speak, let it be heard. I don't silence it with blame anymore, I let healing hurt. I forgive myself for staying long, for loving past the sign, for confusing hope with fear, for crossing my own lines. There's bravery in walking away, for my phone in panic, wondering where I went wrong. I say my name with steady breath, I stand taller than before. I'm not afraid of being alone, I know what my heart is for. I'll love again, but not like that, not with silence as the price, not shrinking just to be chosen, not calling pain sacrifice. I'll choose a love that meets me there, that doesn't ask me to break, because love should help you rise, not tell you what to take. Love wasn't enough, but I finally am. I don't need to bleed to prove how deeply I can stand. Love wasn't enough, and that's not my shame. I walked away with open eyes and a stronger name. So here's to what we couldn't be, and here's to who I choose to stay. Love didn't fail me in the end, it showed me a better way. There were no roses on the table, no final words to say goodbye. Just two hearts pretending nothing's wrong, while something beautiful was dying inside. We still slept on opposite sides, still laughed like we were okay. But every touch felt borrowed, like love was already on its way away. We buried truth beneath our pride, held on while something slipped and died. This is love's quiet funeral, no tears, no closing prayer, just memories dressed in silence and ghosts we pretend aren't there. We didn't scream, we didn't fight, we just slowly let it fall. Yeah, this is love's quiet funeral, the saddest goodbye of all. We kept the lights on longer, hoping warmth would come back home. But comfort turned into routine, and routine turned into alone. I felt you fading every night, like a song losing its tune. We stayed to avoid the ending, but we left way too soon. I felt the distance growing wide, even when you were by my side. This is love's quiet funeral, no anger left to burn, just empty space between our words and lessons left to learn. We smiled through the burial, pretending not to fall. Yeah, myself for the silence, like love was mine to save. I stayed loyal to the memory of who we used to be, not who you became. I confused peace with numbness, I confused stay with strong. But love shouldn't feel like surviving, or waiting to be gone. I'm done calling pain a phase. I'm done living half my day. This was a love's quiet funeral, but I'm still standing here. I survived the slow goodbye and the weight of every fear. I won't mourn what never chose me, I won't beg love to call. Yeah, this was love's quiet funeral, but I didn't lose it all. Maybe love didn't fail me, maybe it showed the truth, that real love doesn't whisper, it doesn't slowly lose. I won't water dying feelings just to say I tried. If it cost me my own heartbeat, I'll let it lie. I'm learning how to walk away without carrying the grave. This was love's quiet funeral, but I'm alive again. I took the loss, I took the pain, and turned it into strength. I won't bury my future for a past that couldn't grow. Yeah, this was love's quiet funeral. Now I'm letting myself go. So here's to what we couldn't save, and the peace I finally claim. I don't regret the love I gave, I just won't grieve it the same. Love may have ended silently, but I found my voice somehow. This was love's quiet funeral, and I'm walking forward now. I've been hurt before, I felt the rain, but nothing cut me quite this way. I knew your flaws, I knew your scars, still gave you my heart like it was safe. I stood by words you didn't keep, held my breath so you could breathe. Every tear I learned to hide just to keep you by my side. I thought love meant standing still, even when it starts to kill. I stayed when I should've gone, calling pain being strong. Cause loving you hurt the most, more than goodbye, more than losing hope. I gave my all, I paid the cost, and loving you hurt the most. I'd rather bleed than let you go. Chose your peace over my own. I survived every broken to blame myself for every doubt. You said forever soft and slow, while already letting go. I watched your heart drift out of reach while mine was drowning quietly. They say love shouldn't feel like war, but I kept fighting anyway. I lost myself behind your door just to hear you say my name. Yeah, loving you hurt the most, more than silence, more than ghosts. I burn my light to keep you close, and loving you hurt the most. I stay loyal, stay too long, sing your name in every song. I carry weight I never chose. Look at myself with clearer eyes, see strength beneath the damaged lines. I didn't fail, I felt too much. That's not weak, that's human love. I'm done begging to be seen, done shrinking just to keep the peace. I'll never chase a love again that hurts more than it helps me stand. I forgive the past, forgive the pain, for teaching me my worth again. I can miss you, I can cry, and still choose me this time. Yeah, loving you hurt the most, but it taught me what love is not. I walked through fire, I didn't fall. Now I rise from what it broke. I love again, but not at cost of losing me or feeling lost. Loving you hurt the most, but it won't hurt me anymore. I loved you true, I loved you hard, even when it left me scarred. I won't erase what we've been through, I'll just stop bleeding for you. Loving you hurt the most, but loving you hurt the most. Loving you I gave you the best of my quiet nights, every hope, every wrong and right. I held your fears like they were mine, said we'd be okay, just give it time. I bent my truth to keep the peace, learn how to disappear with ease. I called it love, I called it fate, didn't see the cost I'd pay. I wore your doubt like armor plates, told myself this was what love takes. I ignored the voice inside my chest that whispered this is less. Loving you was my mistake, I stayed too long, I couldn't break. I poured my heart into the flame and watched it burn without your name. It hurts to say, but now I see I lost myself to keep us free. Loving you was my mistake, but I'm learning from the ache. You promised growth, but stood still. I kept climbing every hill. I carried us on borrowed strength, measured love by how much I'd bend. Your silence spoke when words ran dry. I filled the gaps with alibis. I chased the version I believed while you let go and let just won't live it again. Some chapters teach you when to leave, and that's a strength I now believe. Loving you was my mistake, but it cracked me wide awake. I found my voice, I found my way. I learned what no means when I pray. You were a lesson, not my fate, a turning point I had to face. Loving you was my mistake, and loving me is how I heal. So this is me, not looking back, not in anger, not in lack. I loved you true, I loved you deep. That part of me I'll always keep. But I choose peace, I choose my name, I choose a love that doesn't take. Loving you was my mistake, and I'm stronger now for what it gave. Midnight hits and the world goes quiet, but my mind starts a riot. Ceiling fan spinning secrets slow. Every fear I buried starts to show. Phone lights up but no one's there, just my shadow in the glare. I count regrets instead of sheep, wide awake, afraid to sleep. I replay moments I can't rewind. Every what if crossing my mind. The silence screams louder than sound when the lights are out. Truth is found. I try to breathe, I try to pray, but these thoughts won't fade away. They circle me like satellites. Midnight cycle thoughts tonight. These midnight cycle thoughts talk like they know my name. They tell me I'm the reason for every bit of pain, but I'm learning not to listen, not to let them decide. Yeah, midnight cycle thoughts, but I'm still alive. The past shows up uninvited, every failure reunited. I see faces I once let down, hear their voices breaking me down. I scroll through days I can't go back, every smile hiding cracks. I wonder where the time all went, and who I was before I bent. I carry guilt like a second skin, let it crawl underneath my grin. But even guilt gets tired of me, eventually it sets me free. I learned the dark can't lie so well, make heaven feel a lot like hell. But not every thought that comes at night deserves my fight. These midnight cycle thoughts say I'm too far gone, that I don't belong here, that I'm better off alone. But I talk back to the silence, I challenge every lie. Yeah, midnight cycle thoughts, but I'm still alive. Some nights I feel like a stranger, living with internal danger. My heart beats like it's running late from memories I can't escape. I've learned my mind can turn on me, twist truth into tragedy. But awareness is a blade of light, cutting through the darkest night. I write my pain in shaky lines, turn confusion into signs. Not everything I feel is fact, that truth keeps pulling me back. If you're awake like me right now, with heavy thoughts you won't say out loud, let me sit with you in the dark. We don't have to fix the hurt. Your thoughts are loud, but they're not you. They're storms passing through. You don't have to be fearless tonight. Just hold on till morning light. These midnight psycho thoughts still knock on my door, but they don't own the house like they did before. I still shake, still cry inside, but I don't let them drive. Yeah, thoughts, but tomorrow's still in sight. The sun goes down, I'm holding strong. I keep myself busy, I move along. I laugh a little, I play my part. I hide the cracks inside my heart. But when the world turns soft and quiet, and every sound fades into silence, that's when your name slips into sight. Missing you hurts more at night. I tell myself I'll be okay, that tomorrow feels a world away. But darkness knows my fragile side. It pulls the truth I keep inside. Missing you hurts more at night, when there's no wrong and there's no right. When memories glow in pale moonlight, and I replay us in my mind. I'm learning how to hold on tight to hope that keeps me upright. Missing you hurts more at night, but I still survive the fight.
I walk alone through empty rooms. Your echo lives where love once bloomed. Your voice still lingers in my head.
And things you almost said, I scroll through moments we once knew. Wonder when I stopped being you and me and turned into you. I swear I try to let it go, but nights remember what days don't show. I used to think strength meant no tears, but courage grew from facing fears. I let the pain come into view, I let it pass instead of chasing you. Missing you hurts more at night, when the stars feel far from bright. When I can't run, when I can't hide, and my heart speaks louder than pride. But every tear I don't deny teaches me how to survive. Missing you hurts more at night, still I'm standing in the light. Maybe love isn't meant to stay, maybe it teaches then walks away. Maybe losing you was part of me, learning who I'm meant to be. I won't let this pain define every future love of mine. I'll feel it all, then let it fade. I won't be afraid of nights this way. Missing you hurts more at night, but mornings bring a softer sky. I wake up bruised but still alive, still reaching for a better life. I don't regret the love I gave, even if it couldn't stay. Missing you hurts more at night, but it won't steal my will to rise. Missing you hurts more at night, but I'm learning how to be alright. Each lonely hour builds my spine, turns my wounds into a sign that I love deep, that I was real, that my heart knows how to heal. Missing you hurts more at night, but every dawn proves I'll be fine. So tonight, if your memory calls, I won't break, I won't fall. Let the stars watch over me as I grow into who I'm meant to be. Missing you hurts, yes, that's true, but I'm still here, and I'm stronger too.